Yo, what's going on, guys? We might or might not have Clean with us today. I guess he got called into work, but he's looking for a replacement. So we'll find out. Went live like a few seconds early. So shout out a little countdown thing again. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Let's check out the price of Cardano. Hasn't really been doing much. Again, nothing really to say for today. Let me go check out present share screen. Yeah, just more sideways action. Network that hasn't crashed ever, just going down, watching networks that are crashing, falling, and still holding their price as we just kind of fall a little lower. Cardano stuff. Once the market's finally peaked and Cardano still hasn't moved, we'll probably have, excuse me, still getting over the flu. We'll probably have other cryptos start to fall and Cardano start to go up. That seems to be what happens. It's kind of odd. It will go up with the rest of all crypto going up, but also it will go up when cryptos come down. It doesn't really make sense. Cardano just does what it does, but nothing to really look at today. Bitcoin is kind of going a little higher, or it was. Let me double check. Yeah, it's going a little higher. Let's see. Breaking out of a 7-day. It's not bad. What about the month? Trying to break out of this monthly. If it could get above 44K and start to hold a little bit, we might get up to like 50 or 45 to 46. But ultimately, we need to break like 50 to start another trend. But that's where we're kind of at for the time being. But how you guys doing? You guys looking at anything? You just being patient? You expecting anything to move? We can go show Palantir. Our Palantir option paid out. It did well. I bought a year-long Palantir call option for $20. That was the strike price. I bought it about 3 weeks ago, and I bought it at $16.80 before earnings. And earnings came out Monday after hours, and they killed it. They were expected to do 17% growth year over year, and they came in at 20%. They have zero debt. They increased their retail customers by 40%. And a lot of things are looking really good for Palantir. So we'll have to see how that shapes up. Pretty happy about that. I did sell out of my call option at about $21. So missed out on about another $180 worth of profit. Kind of sucks. I did hold it. I held it for about a month. And I don't know. I started looking at it. And I was like, even if it starts to go up like another $3 to $4, it's just not the kind of money I was trying to gain. So I took like the $215 profit on it. I was pretty happy with that. So we'll see. I'll try to look for another downtrend in Palantir. I think $24. Let me go back. I think like 24 is kind of maybe a little high, but fair. Maybe 26 is like way too high, 27, right? So I think it could come down to like 2019 again. Because if we look, the resistance on Palantir is kind of like that 20 area. It's just always been a pretty strong resistance. So I think it might break down lower. I was also expecting the overall market, the S&P 500, to maybe have some downside, but each and every day it just kind of grinds up a little bit. And I thought if the S&P 500 comes down a little bit, then it might hurt some of Palantir's gains, and then I could rebuy in or something. Didn't happen. It's all good. The Palantir is not a part of the S&P 500, not yet, even though it can be included sometime this year. We'll have to see. So even if the S&P did come down, Palantir doesn't have to, but that was just kind of my thought process going with that. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll see. Let me check on Clean. Still hasn't gotten back to me. Let's go check out JPEG Store, see what they're doing. We got Ape Society kind of holding up a little bit, kind of going up a little bit higher. I'd like to see this back at 4K. That'd be some good bullish momentum. I think, or at least I thought, I was talking with Greed about this, And I was like, if the price of Cardano comes down, NFTs on Cardano usually go up, right? Not necessarily like every time there's a 5 or 10% correction, but I'm just talking about like the overall direction. And what's interesting though is Cardano comes down and NFTs go up, and everybody views that as like, kind of a net even. But then when we talk about the bull market and we're like, oh yeah, when the price of Cardano goes up, the price of NFTs will go down. And he was saying, nah, if there's a lot of interest in Cardano and the price of Cardano goes up, NFTs also go up in value. So he doesn't believe in that narrative. So it's interesting. If it does happen though on the way down, it would only make sense though to happen on the way up. So that's pretty interesting. We'll have to see how that all plays out over the following months, since we're not getting any price action now. Woman is like a derivative of Omen, and they minted, I want to say 2 days, maybe 3 days ago. I want to say 2 days ago. I minted 3 of them. I got really lucky. I just kind of spammed the public chat or the public mint until one of them opened up. And I did that 3 different times to mint 1 each. I got 3 of them. They were a 5 ADA mint, so it was kind of free. And I made a little bit of money. I probably made like 40 ADA just flipping in and out of a few of these. I don't know. I just find flipping fun. I don't think derivatives really have like a long lasting narrative, but they are going to have staking and stuff like that. And I think Omen might support them. Based on Twitter today, it doesn't seem like they're getting a whole lot of support. People are kind of mad that there's a woman collection kind of copying from Omen. But, that's the Cardano community. You can never be happy. Let's see what else we got going on JPEG. We got Space Buds kind of going a little bit up, and they were at like 1340, 1320, something like that. So a little bit of price action. Book.io, always on the top 10 or top 12. Book.io, actually, I wanted to show over on Tap Tools. They've been steadily climbing, and I've been watching this chart. And as you scroll out, it's like pretty thin. Let me get a bigger scroll out here. Like it looks pretty thin, like there's not much movement, but from like the lows here, it's like a double from its bottom. And eventually I think it will break this all-time high that it had back here in November. So we'll have to see. I don't know why Book.io is going up. I don't know why their coin is going up, but I think overall long-term Book.io, they just have a really good like business model. So I could see this continuing for some time. I was thinking about entering. I think it might be too late now, but I don't know. I have a feeling there's going to be some sort of catalyst for Book token to continue to go higher. I'm just not sure what it is. It looks good right now. It just looks good. If anybody knows anything more about Book.io, let me know, because I want an excuse to buy it. Betcoin as well. It had its recovery from all that BS that happened a few weeks ago. It recovered very well. We'll have to see if it can ever reach a new all-time high and get crazy momentum. But the devs, I think, or the founders decided to take some of their own money or money from somewhere and refund some of the people. So that's pretty cool. Or was that Sahara? I can never remember. But regardless, that's doing well. SNEC is disappointing just for now. If you're looking for entries, I think this is probably a pretty fair entry, unless crypto overall is going to go lower over the next following weeks. Then SNEC ultimately will have to follow. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I would find it pretty hard to see all of crypto falling and SNEC not. So I could see SNEC falling within this range right over here somewhere. I don't think it goes any lower than that, just because I think everybody at this point kind of knows that the crypto bull market is here, but we don't know exactly when. So I think people are going to be speculating on SNEC, and I think SNEC can make a lot of people a lot of money this time around. If we do start to get a real bullish narrative and SNEC can hit, I use numbers based off of what previous other meme coins have done. So I look at Bonk, and Bonk hitting 3 billion, like sure, maybe that's not doable for SNEC for Cardano type of volume. But if we could do 500 million, which is, like a sixth of what they've done, which I think is very doable, that still puts us right here. Let's see. market cap, divide that by 2 is like 75,000 or 75 million. So it's like a 7.5, maybe 8x, somewhere around there. I think it's very possible for SNEC to do that. So I think as it goes lower, it just makes it more and more likely that people speculate on this. Yo, what's up, June? What's going on? I trimmed my SNEC last week. That's probably pretty smart. I think there might be a better entry, like I said, but ultimately, I think SNEC just does its thing, right? Like SNEC is eventually going to have its moment back up. This is just a long capitulation. That's just my theory on it. Let's see. Baby SNEC, just meme coins are meme coins, you know. I don't know what to say about this. I don't follow Baby SNEC. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but Baby SNEC is doing great. Friend hasn't really recovered too much either, but I said this on a previous podcast. I think that SNEC or Friend could be the second to SNEC on the next bull run. So I don't know if I would fade this one or if I would buy the dip on this one either, because if you're gonna be playing Cardano meme coin DeFi bull market, you know, bear market games, why don't you just go with the number one with SNEC? Like, why try to predict Friend? But ultimately, I do think Friend will be the number two. Maybe they do like a 12x, right? As opposed to SNEC doing like a 9x or something. I mean, I don't know. It's tit for tat, right? Like, I would just go with SNEC. Kid Up, not doing well at all. I dumped my Kid Up. I was up like 2K, bought more, and then actually only made like 1,700, bought more, only made like 1,200, bought more. Now I'm down to 700, not touching Kid Up anymore. Kid Up just is the story of depression over and over and over. Cobb, I don't know what Cobb is. I don't know why this, but it's always a little bit higher. It's just crazy volume. 298,000 pool data. That's pretty crazy. Let's check on Clean. Yeah, Clean might not make it. He's probably stuck at work. What else I have in my notes today? It's okay. So we had some tweets. Go check out Twitter. Yeah, I saw some tweets by Derp Dave. Rather just one. Maybe I can't find it. But regardless, he was talking about how they got really good pricing for their miners. And this was something that I was talking about with, I'll just share Twitter in general. With Greed, we were talking about miners and Cardano projects that use miners. And so one of the things we were talking about was, because I believe he said this openly, that he doesn't believe in goofy gophers, right? He thinks that it would have been better to buy the miners and start mining when crypto was at a higher price. But I would imagine that the price of all the computers and the graphics cards and all those such things would be much higher when crypto's higher, because you could make more money, right? And I guess from Derp Dave's tweet, that's seeming to be true, because he said they got a great deal on their miners, and if they even waited a few more months, they would have had to pay a lot more money. So it'll be interesting to see how all the miners play out. I was doing my math. Let's go show the outposts from Derpbirds. I can share that. Let me see. Is it sharing? Cool. So my outposts, they're doing all right. I mean, I got my first allocation the other day, but it just wasn't much. And I guess that's what you kind of expect it not to be much until the price either goes up or tokenomics change of some sort. Where was maybe there's a better viewing tab. Where was this? If I can't find it, I can just talk about the numbers. I thought it was in the outpost, but oh, here it is. So from outpost, I get 3 derp, and then where's the other stuff? So then you get this, what is DD? It's like derp days or derp points or something like that. So total per epoch, I get about 890 from all of my stake derps and from the outpost. And that translates to about 9 derp, which I think is like 2 Cardano or something. Let me go see the price of derp. So we can convert, where is this? 890 derp. Let me get out a calculator. 890 derp. That goes to, okay, now that's on my profile. Now how do I do this again? And this is cool too. It shows you how much they mine daily. So getting like $1,000 a day is pretty cool. But where was it? How do I convert now? Is it over in profile? I feel like it was so straightforward yesterday. Is it rewards? Derp exchange, right? Here it is. And then, all right, my account is there. So if I did my 890, right, this is close enough. You get about 9 derp. All right. And then we can go over to the price of derp. We'll share this. And now 9 derp is like half an ADA, and that's every epoch. So sure, like the price of derp could go up, you know, to triple this, and then I'm getting 1.5 ADA a day. I don't know, man. I really thought that you know, miners were going to be the move, but after calculating it and seeing it for like the last 3 months, this is really sad to see. Like I spent like 1,500 ADA, something like that, to get 5.5 ADA every week. Like, I don't know. That was not the move. That was definitely not the move. And I could sell it right now and only lose like a small amount. And Greed and I were talking about that, but he was just like, nah, like derps aren't going anywhere and people like it and they're going to buy it. So I don't know. Maybe price still goes up. Maybe I just lose like 1,600 ADA. I don't know. It just feels like the derp mining and staking is just not the move. It does not seem great. But yeah, they got great price on their miners. So I don't know. Maybe they start mining other things. Maybe the increase of rewards happens at some point. I don't know. Kotaz, I did want to show off Kotaz too, because Kotaz, I think they reached a floor of 300 the other day, which is pretty cool. Yeah, well now they're down to 255, but Kotaz hitting 300. That was actually pretty wild. Yeah, 298 was the floor. Definitely slowed down buying once they got to that price, but yeah, I don't know why that happened. I don't know if maybe there was just a sweep, just like one whale came in, but it's cool to see NFTs starting to get a little bit of volume. It's always the same few things though. It's like Ape Society, Omen, sometimes Space Buds has a decent week. Book.io, Cabins again from Ape Society, Goofy Gophers, which these were at like 1,000 or 1,100 the other day. So it's kind of sad to see them down to half of that at 545. Zercher, I'm not sure about these. I know Greed is really big on these. Cryptopia, which I've never heard of. I checked on them this morning, and apparently they've been around for months, maybe years. Like, I don't know. Thought I knew everything. Don't know what they are, but they're going for a lot. They're on the leaderboard. And then what do we have? We have Tap. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Tappies that were at 1,100. I apologize. Goofy Gophers were definitely at almost 1,000 though at one point. I do remember that. And then these outposts are doing pretty decent. Again, I don't know. People maybe if you stake dirt birds and very rare dirt birds, maybe that outpost outputs a lot. All I know is my common derp apes and my derp ape outpost don't really make me anything. Platypus cyberpunks, cool. And then there was a mint that was happening right now too. It's called Typus. and it was a 13 ADA mint. They've already minted out their public sale for 13 ADA. The free sale is up here. I don't know what gets you into the free sale, if that's for everybody or not. And then there's a team sale that's also free. But the total is only going to be 1,300, so only about another like 20-ish% added to the supply. And they have a floor of 23. This is going to give you access to whatever Typus is for pre-sale, but not really sure about that. Did you farm any airdrops lately? Oh man, I did want to talk about that too, Alvin. So I got into, thanks to The Block is Hot, and shout outs to Jason. He's always grinding. I have huge respect for that man. He got me into Tia, or Celestia. So I'll just bring up the coin so that you guys know. Tia. Share this tab. I got into Tia at about $15. And at the time, it was told to people that you should be staking around 20 Tia in order to get most of the airdrops on, Cosmo and Osmosis and all of that and Tia. So I bought 25 Tia thinking if they ever raised requirements or something, I'd be good. And so I got it. I immediately staked it because I want the airdrops, and there should be a lot of airdrops on Tia. And then there was an airdrop for alt layer, and it supports Ethereum and Tia. And so I checked yesterday using a VPN. You guys do you. And I wasn't eligible, and I've been staking for like 2 months. So not sure why I'm not eligible. I looked at the alt layer requirements, and they did say that you had to be holding a minimum of 30 or 35 Tia. So maybe they raised the requirements once again. To put it into perspective, though, 25 Tia was $500, over $500. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I'm over here spending like my paycheck basically trying to get airdrops, and I just keep getting priced out. So a bit frustrating on that end for alt layer. I'm sure, and I know there's going to be more airdrops, but I haven't gotten any airdrops from Tia since. For 2 months I've been staking. I've gotten nothing. I'm not eligible for the Dime, the Dimension, or whatever it's called. That's like another one that was launched. I believe you had to be staking before December of last year. So a little frustrating. I'm not getting any airdrops. I don't really have a crap ton of money. I don't have a lot of money to be also staking Osmosis and the other tokens underneath the Cosmo DeFi to try to get these airdrops, but we'll see. I'm still holding out. Hopefully we'll get something else. Let's see here. Yep. So that's basically it for airdrops. What about you, Alvin? Still got the APR staking at least? That's true. Tia does have like 16 to 18% APR depending on where you stake. And if you stake for airdrops on Tia, you have to stake with somebody who's not super centralized. So like out of the, I think it's like top 10, maybe top 20 staking pools, which isn't too hard to figure out. You can also just watch like a YouTube video or stake to one of the YouTubers. I forget his name because I'm not into the ecosystem like that. This is kind of something I'm just doing on the side to try to make some passive income. But it's not too hard. I think there's some other things to give you a better shot too. Jason was saying if you interact with the ecosystem more, then you're more likely to get airdrops. So I think it was something like just even sending your ADA from like one wallet to another wallet and then sending it back, like just doing a simple transaction helps. If you are staking and you want to claim some of the rewards, there's this, I don't remember what it is. It's like an app that will automatically send you your APR rewards to then compound the APR. And those rewards being sent back to your wallet not only increases the amount of TIA that you're staking, but it also shows up as a transaction, showing your wallet as more active. So I think that can help as well. But yeah, nothing too crazy for me, especially not this week. This week's been pretty chill. These typists are starting to come down a little bit. I have no idea what this is going to be. Just another meme coin, if I had to guess. That's what it looks like. But is there anything that you guys are excited for? Anything I'm missing? any other ecosystems, any, maybe even just macro moves that you think will happen? Or, I know Powell, he spoke on Sunday, and he spoke on 60 Minutes, and he talked about how he's probably not going to be lowering rates even in May, which a lot of people were predicting that he would lower in May. And I thought that would crash the market, just like a temporary crash, like maybe like a 10% correction, right? Something like that. No. Still chugging along. Still chugging higher and higher. We're almost going to hit 500 on the S&P 500. That's insane. It's so cool to like not be in a bear market, but at the same time, crypto is not higher. Like it still kind of feels like a bear market. It feels like the weirdest bull market I've ever been in. And I've only been in like 3 actively, but still, like it doesn't feel like the others. The others were dumb, like really dumb. The others were, I had friends just buying call options for no reason and everything, in SPACs, in new stocks, in meme stocks, in stable stocks, in everything. And they were just making money. And this doesn't feel like that. Tesla's kind of being a little crushed, but that's because, not only Elon, but because the numbers of sales margin wise are lowering, even though numbers wise he's still selling more cars. But those margins are going to have to get lower and lower to try to, I think, fit into China's. There's like this, you get a rebate or something like that, right? If it's under a certain price for EVs. So they incentivize you to buy EV cars. So they've been trying to kind of outprice Tesla in China to help out their own cars, but Tesla just keeps lowering even more so that they can fit inside of this like little box that they're creating. But anyways, it's not good because people want, higher margins, even though the total value of profit is higher. I don't know why that bothers people so much. But also he did say on his last earnings call that he expected this entire year to be basically setting up for an amazing 2025 year, but it's going to kind of hinder this year. Anyways, long story short, there's some good and some bad in the S&P 500 overall market being at all-time highs. What is doing really, really well are chip stocks. So like, I want to say AMD, but sure, Airbnb, they are doing good. But AMD is crushing it. I have a big stake in AMD. Love AMD. They've been killing it. I bought them more than 5 years ago. Where did I buy them at? I bought them at $32 a share. Where did I buy? Like right around here, like on the run up. Somewhere in this range is where I bought. And then also I bought Nvidia. And Nvidia's just absolutely killing it. I bought Nvidia like 12 years ago or something, so way up on Nvidia. I'd never expected chip stocks to be so relevant, so important. I knew that, there was really only like Intel, AMD, and Nvidia that were doing it, but I mean, good God, after like 12 years, I mean, I was just a child back then. I was like 20 years old thinking I knew what I knew. I didn't really know much, but I was right. Maybe wrong about why I invested at the time, but right overall. So that was cool to see. But yeah, I don't know. I got on today because I thought Clean was going to be on. We could kind of bounce around, bounce some ideas off, be a little entertaining. But if he's not going to be on, that's completely fine. As long as y'all have some questions or want me to cover something, I think I kind of went over, everything pretty briefly there. Just keep looking around at like the 7 days to see what's going on. House of Titans had a little bit of a run up too. Don't want to buy that one. Let me see overall how they're doing. They were at like 145, I want to say, 138. So these guys are starting to hold price too. Also, another mining play. It's interesting that there's a lot of miners now, or mining NFTs on Cardano. Didn't really think that was a direction we were going to take, but that does seem to be what people want, or maybe just wanted. I'm not sure if people still want that, especially after seeing I'm making 0.5 ADA every epoch from 1,500 ADA investment. Just not good. Not good. Mutants continuing to crush my soul. Chill Kongs. What do we have coming up? I know we have the Sappy Seals. People have been talking about that for a while. I don't know if there's an exact date on that. Let me check Twitter, see if there's any updates on the old Sappies. Little Sappies. Damn, they've been kind of quiet, huh? Nothing in 4 days? Interesting. Everybody's a little quiet, huh? People just kind of waiting for the market to move, I guess. That's interesting. Usually because Sappy Seals is associated with apes and associated, I think, a little bit with the original Sappy Seals. So I expected a little bit more than that. That's kind of crazy. And then before that, January 31st, kind of few and far in between. I did hit these guys up too, by the way, to ask for some whitelists to give out to you guys and crickets. So I don't know. I don't know why. I'll show this tweet from Ben that I had earlier. He said, how does a blockchain shut down for half a day and have zero price impact? And then somebody, I thought this comment was funny. He said, no problem. Ada took the hit for it. And he said, it doesn't make any sense, but it's still true. It is so funny, man. Like our network never goes down. And there was I don't even remember. I don't know all the YouTubers that do crypto, but I'm sure I would recognize him, like, if I saw his face. But I replied on one of his comments because somebody asked, what would happen if Cardano had Solana volume? And we've had Solana volume, in my opinion, right? Like, we've had hype volume 1 or 2 days before, right? Not consistently, like the question may be posing, because, again, there was, like, no time frame on the question. But ultimately, I said Cardano would never shut down. We would just probably grind to a halt, right? Our speeds would be shot to crap. It would be horrible, right? It would be horrible, but we wouldn't crash. I don't believe we would crash. Our uptime is what, 5,500 and something days? I don't think we'd ever crash. So that's what I said, right? And they were just like, well, how would you know? You've never had Solana volume. Da, 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 da. And I was like, all right. Never replying again. These motherfuckers taking everything literal. But I still believe that. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we would crash? I don't think so. I don't think we would ever crash. Sappy rhymes with flip and make profits. It sure does, dude. That's why I'm trying to get these whitelists. I'm dumping if I get them. And I hope if I give them to you, y'all dump too. Fluid dump. Let me check it out. I've been looking to get back into Fluid. I played this like a complete moron. I had no idea what I had. I sold it at this first little bump up here. Made like a 30% gain on 1,000 ADA. Like, whoopee. I missed so much. I really only missed another like 1,200 ADA. But still. I mean, kind of a dump. Not really. Not really. I think Fluid's a great project overall, needed for Cardano. Going pretty well. I mean, we might like come back down to these levels or something, but I don't know. Ultimately, I think Fluid might just be getting started. Hunt's doing pretty decent, I guess. Kind of just holding up too. What was the other one that we were looking at earlier? Not Sneck. Book. Book is the one that I just like it, dude. I really like what they're building. There's always books to mint. There's always reasons to hold their NFT. And there's also always reasons to hold their token. Maybe not necessarily always a reason to buy the token other than believing that this will continue indefinitely. But I don't know. I think Book could definitely get up there a little bit more. What other tokens we got? Anything exciting coming? I'm in Jupiter, and I saw Jupiter said something like "get ready for tomorrow" or something, because he's gonna start posting his ideas or plays again. Because I think he stopped for a little bit. You know, he would see like a meme coin, and he'd be like, "Oh, I like this meme coin. Let's go jump on it, right?" And everybody that fucks with Jupiter would go jump on it. And then people be like, all you do is pump and dump and did because ultimately after you have like 10 people buy into something where liquidity is pretty low, aka Cardano, the price is going to pump a little bit. And then people who were holding before are going to dump it, making it an immediate pump and dump. But it doesn't mean that Ja was the people making the money. So anyways, I think he's kind of like, you know what, fuck it. If this is what I want to do, I just know there's going to be people talking shit. So I'm going to do it anyways. So who knows? I think he might start making some plays happen. I haven't really seen anything that's been like brand new launch on the market and just degens just kind of jump on it. I think the last thing was Woolman actually like 2-3 days ago. And that was pretty crazy. It got all the way up to, I think like a 20 or 38 a floor. But as far as like meme coins, there's some shitty ones. Like I think there's Daddy. Right? Like this thing was just, I don't even know. There was Daddy. Why does it stop? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's just always a new meme coin. I think there's like Ultra Baby Daddy Friend too. It's just dumb shit out there, man. There's really dumb shit. Yo, what's going on, Devo? What do you think about Axo? I don't know anything about Axo actually. Oh wait, I'm still on fucking Twitter, bro. You guys ain't say nothing to me. My bad. I'm gonna go check out Axo because I don't know anything about Axo. Let's see, 16. No, total market cap is like 10 million roughly. Looking at it on the 4-hour, looks like it doesn't move. Now let's do this. Chart wise, hard to say anything. I mean, this has been flat for what, a month or two. What is Axo? What's Axo about, Jones? I said Junes. June James. What's Axo about? And is there? I wish from Tab Tools I could go and click on like a Twitter and just go like view their Twitter. I can do it manually, but so trading protocol. Order books are now being populated. Actually, can be thread time. How to withdraw your Axo airdrop. Tokens vested. So there was a token airdrop for Axo. Dude, I am. To do so, simply click the purple. Here, I'll share this. Click the purple window. This was a while ago too, so I don't know if this is. Oh, this was yesterday. You'll be able to the vested portion of your airdrop rewards. I probably had to do something prior to get this airdrop. Your tokens vested continually, so you can withdraw as often as you like over the 12-month vesting period. I wonder if I can just go stake now and then get the rewards. I don't know. Not entirely sure. Let's look at Kopi. I really wonder if gaming tokens are going to take off again. Like probably on other chains, but on Cardano, I don't know. I really do feel like Cardano is just its own thing. All the other trends that work on other places, they work on Cardano, but just not to the same effect. We really are like the little stepsister. It's all right. Not too much of any movement. What's Stonks? Is this a new meme coin? Looks like it. Stonks might be the meme coin for today. I don't know. People are buying into it and they're buying at highs. I don't know anything about this, though. I don't know who's behind it or why this is happening. Let me give it another check on Clean. What's he doing? All right, Clean's still at work. I don't know, man. I don't know. These just kind of, I'm just looking at things that are just moving a little bit. We don't have a whole lot of movement today. There's just not excitement. There's like not anything really to talk about. So I'm not going to waste your time here, but Cardano's still here. If we were to ever get volume similar to Solana, I think we would just be at a standstill. It would be like one of those hype ass meme coins that are launching, right? We just 45 minutes to an hour of transaction times, and that'd be it. I don't think we'd crash. And I mean, ultimately, are we really even like, is that a good thing? Are we just like, oh yeah, I'm with Cardano because it would never crash? It's like, no, dude, I'm just not in Solana because it does. Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know, man. Our minds sometimes take like the smallest of things. My brother and I talk about this a lot too, with like just human behavior, where let's say like there's a lot of trash and it's overfilling in a trash can outside, and you go to throw something away and you can't because the trash is full. So you just take the trash bag out, right? Throw it in the dumpster, put in a new trash bag, and you go on with your day. And somebody might see that and be like, oh my God, like what a great guy. Did you see what he did? It's like, what? It's like, he just took out the trash. It's like, yeah, exactly. But nobody else did. And dude, our bar for rewarding people and being happy with human behavior is going so freaking low. I just I don't want it to be a negative podcast. Maybe I'm just venting, but man, sometimes I just wish better out of myself and out of other people. But I think I'm gonna end it here, guys, before I just go on a little rant. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. Here to make more money so we can spend more time with them. Till next time, guys. Peace.